Hello, boys and girls. Today we will work on trick words, and I have two new trick words for you today. So let's begin by looking at our sentence frames. I'm going to say a sentence. We'll check to make sure we have enough frames up, and then we will build the sentence. The first sentence. I say, that is great. Go ahead and be my echo. I say, that is great. Okay, let's check our sentence frames. I say, that is great. Now, if you notice, there are a few little additions to our sentence frames. We have one little one over here that's hanging down. And then, of course, we have our end, which we know our punctuation mark goes into. But this one here is going to be for our comma. Okay? Now, I also have something else hidden over here, and there's one over here. And that's because in this sentence, we're going to have to use quotation marks. So let's begin. I say, after you say something, you put a comma, comma. Now, also, when we start our sentence, we start with a capital letter. We know that. But after you have a comma and then we have quotation marks to begin what a person is saying, you have to start that portion also with a capital letter. Now, for our punctuation, I say, that is great. Do you hear the excitement in my voice? I'm going to use an exclamation point because there's excitement. Now, the quotation marks. You see after the comma, that's where we're going to put our first set of quotation marks. And then after the portion is said, we would put the end quotation marks. Take a look again. I say, that is great. Now, I am going to circle a word, and I want you to try to figure out which word I circled. I'll use this one right here. What word do you think that is? I say, that is great. Very good. The word is say, and that is our first new trick word, say. I'm going to type it right over here. We'll add it. S-A-Y. Okay, now the next sentence. Oh, before I begin the next sentence, let's scoop our phrases. I say, that is great. Well, we have a comma here, and a comma is great because it always shows us where the pause is. I say, that is great. So it's two scoops. I say, that is great is my second scoop. Okay, ready for the next sentence? Okay, our second sentence. I blanked out two of the frames. She says, that is great. Be my echo. She says, that is great. Now, let's type. She says, that is great. Okay, I am going to circle another word. We'll read the sentence again. Try to figure out which word I circled. She says, that is great. What word was it? Very good. It's the word says. Says. That is our second trick word. Says. So I'm going to add it to our box. We have say and we have says. Now let's scoop our phrases. Remember I showed you, here's that comma. She says, that is great. She says, that is great. So it's two phrases. She says, and then that is great. So once again, say, and says. Say and says. Are you ready to review our other trick words? Read these trick words with me. His, of, as, has, to, into, we, he, she, me, be, for, or, you, your, they, was, one, said, from, have, do, does, were, are, who, what, when, where, there, here, why, by, my, try, put, to, very, also, some, come, would, could, should, her, over, number, say, says.